All right, so here's a video follow-up for weeks 5 and 6 and an overall um, results of my Mindbloom Ketamine experience. Um, it was 6 sessions a week apart, 400 milligrams of ketamine the first time, 800 for the second through sixth sessions. Um, like I've said in other um, things that I posted, no real wild psychedelic experience with me. Really pretty tame. Um, but it was the after effects of the initial 1 hour session. The dreams and the thoughts and the processing. Uh, I actually wasn't going to do this video um, because, anxiety. It's still there. It doesn't go away completely, but what made me decide to go ahead and do it was I was actually walking through the living room. Mom's got football going, and Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles was on there talking to one of the guys about how he suffered from depression and anxiety, and he's clearly this hugely successful person, and that's the thing about it. Your level of success and the amount of money in your bank and how well you're doing in life is completely irrelevant to this disease. There's no immunity from it, from what I've seen, and from what everybody else has seen. The most rich and famous of us can still feel about their lives a way that they should not. And that's where I was. On top of everything else with the PTSD from, fucked up childhood and anxiety and depression. I was probably looking at my life the way a lot of y'all look at my life with the things that I post on Facebook. If you're on my friends list personally, like, wow, this guy's kind of got it made. What the fuck's he bitching about? And I realized that, which is why I was like, okay, I don't feel the way about my life that I should. And that's a problem. I don't know if I'm on the same path. I did not know if I was on the same path as Keith Flint or Robin Williams or, dozens of other people. But I didn't want to wait and see, because the wait and see ends in, death. And I got shit I got to do, I got kids, I got a wife, I got a nice home, I got plans for the future. So, yeah. Anyway, I've been trying to think of an analogy of how to describe then versus now, the pre-treatment versus post-treatment. And the thing that I keep coming back to is, first of all, I didn't understand when people would say you got to learn to compartmentalize. I had no idea what the hell that meant. I really couldn't wrap my head around the concept. And in my mind, prior to the treatment, basically all of my emotions and memories, it was like having one of those big kitchen mixer bowls full of liquid. And all of it was just sort of floating around in this liquid. And anytime you had to access one thing, you touched and you affected everything, and everything pulled up from that accessing of any random memory, or something could happen in your daily life which would access a memory from my past that was anxious or sad or depressing or whatever. And it just welled up. Everything got stirred up because there was no separation in my thoughts and memories. It was basically all just sort of floating there around. If you didn't handle the bowl correctly, you're spilling shit on the kitchen floor. Now, if we're going to stick with the kitchen analogy, I've learned to take memories from my past and instances from my past and compartmentalize. And literally the way I visualize this is, instead of having my bowl full of liquid in the refrigerator, my brain, I put everything in Tupperware dishes. It's the only way I can think to describe it. I've learned to look at the things in my past and the instances that would cause anxiety and depression and all that to well up. And I've learned to put them in a little compartment and put the lid on and stick them back in the refrigerator. I know they're there. I know they happened. I just don't feel the same way about it. The other thing that I was saying about, memories from our past now is it's more like reading a book that I've read 12, 20 times or whatever. I go to that page and I can read the page and I understand, but it's not as shocking as it once was. I was just scrolling through my Facebook feed earlier. Am I the only one that does that? Just like randomly, I'm like, oh, how cool am I? All right, that's pretty funny. Anyway, scrolling through my Facebook feed, and just as recently as August, I saw some posts that were me venting, and they might seem very sort of tame. The post itself might seem very tame, like, okay, well, he's just sort of talking about something, but it's more the thoughts and the ideas and the memories and everything that leads up to putting up said post where it's, bitching about your job or whatever. It's everything that builds up to that is included in the emotional stress, I guess. But anyway, so I'm going through some posts from as recently as August, and I'm looking at it. I was like, okay, I haven't felt like that in 6 weeks. I haven't even really thought about feeling like that in 6 weeks, and that's amazing. It's really something. I haven't done anything different in this 6 weeks. I haven't changed my diet. I'm not working out, even though I probably should. I would definitely need to. But yeah, I haven't changed anything. I've just been doing the program. And it's amazing. I'm telling everybody, I feel as consistently happy now as I ever have in my entire life. It's odd. It's really odd. But yeah, and one thing is this band right here, I don't listen to it as much anymore. It's not that I dislike it. I'm listening to happier music. Concerns me a bit because, I have a great love for the band and the man behind the band. And all of you people who are sitting here listening to this because, we're all in this together. We're in this together. So, I don't know. It's been interesting. If you're at a point, I would highly recommend it. It was not covered by insurance. It cost $1,000. They spread it out over 3 payments. Beg, borrow, steal. Totally worth it, in my opinion. Now, my last session was Friday, so time will tell how effective it is over the long run. But as of right now, I mean, just the experience that I've had this 6 weeks, totally worth it. Totally worth the money. Yeah. Even if I had to repeat in a year, totally worth the money. So, I'm sure I had a lot of other things that I was going to say. But anyway, if I think of something, I'll write it down in the notes underneath or make another video. But yeah, that's it. I'm happy. It's working. It's good. So if you can, and if you feel you need to, definitely do it. Thanks, y'all. Bye.